Hi everyone, it's Sunday, December 18th. Markets are definitely in a bearish mood over the let's call it last week. Broke that trend line on the SPY. That's not good. I mean, it just, you always got to know the mood of the market, pretty much is what you're talking about. You got to know the mood of the market if you're doing anything short term. Obviously, long term, you got to longer term charts, but short term, we are not in a good mood with the market. We're going to watch this low right here at around 366. I'm sorry, 368.79 in that area. See if that be the first line of defense. We do have a trade shortened week with Friday only being a half a day and Monday off. So if we're going to get any kind of Santa Claus rally, we got to get it going. Um, so I don't know if we're still going to be on here when futures open. We got exactly 10 minutes and 3 seconds, so we'll see if what happens there. Um, might just make sure I stick around till that happens. Just to see. I mean, not that that's a big deal because whatever it's only a big deal if they open way down or way up. Like as soon as you hit 6 o'clock on a Sunday, if they open 30 points down, then you know you got issues. If it's going to open like 5 or 6 or 7, or in that area a little bit, then you got to wait and see till the morning. ES is right now closed at 3872. It looks like they went down a little bit after hours. So go back to the SPY. You know, to get this bullish again, we got to obviously get it running back up. Remember, long term we got the 431.73, so short term support 368.79. Just call that an area. The Qs a little bit different. I mean, they're running down still, but you have probably that's the old low. Let's just look short term here. Where was the last? You already broke that. So this is probably, if I'm looking at the same level as like the SPY, probably looking at 259.08 they could run down to. You got this candle here from November 9th you could hold up to, but I don't really see that because that's not a big pullback. And you get the same kind of candle on the SPY equally. Remember, we're talking about all this stuff in relationship to daily charts and where we could find those support levels. The IWM, again, I guess we could try to hold up right $174.11. I think, I don't know why I stuck it there. 174.11. You like to hold up there. It's barely above there. So what could be? I mean, what's trading different than the market, or what's volatile? That trading idea, 1 minute charts I showed you on Friday. We could put that. We're looking at 129 on Apple. Might have some support, which is 134-ish, which we're really closed on. So that could run to 120. So that could be a good quick trade. 135 to 134 before a bounce on Apple. And then Amazon. I'm just making a note. I didn't write down the stocks for my research upstairs. So Amazon's got to hold that 84 level. Tesla could be a runner. This could be your short or your puts, but then again, that just goes against it a lot of time. Remember I said that 155 area is support. We're at 150, so you go to 100. Maybe, I didn't mean to put that there. Maybe 117, 115. Pretty easily. You see that little consolidation from 2020. That would be the support level in that general area. So I mean, this running down, but don't chase it down, but let it bounce a little bit. So we're looking at this on a daily chart. I'm not saying bounce here. Don't chase it straight down. Now, what I just add to the list today, I put it on my phone in some notes. A lot of the same ones we were looking at on Friday, or mainly last week. Home Depot, Lowe's, MasterCard, Visa. I threw Crocs in there and U.S. Steel. And what you do, last week on Home Depot and Lowe's, we were trying to get these above these weekly chart levels. This one's about 133. But if this market continues down, these could also run down because they're up near the highs. This is a weekly chart. Could run all the way back down to 264 if we get ugly. On a daily chart, you're probably looking for some support, resistance. Maybe first support or first area you could run down to would be this general area right here, about 314, and the next level you'd be looking at is in this area right here, about 303. So again, there's a couple of ways to do this. Like I said at the beginning, a couple of ways to do this. See if we wait for strength or see if you can try to play this weakness. Lows, same kind of thing. We're trying to get above 215. The first level this could hold up at would be in this. Remember, these are areas. 203 to 200 is where I'd look at that. That's where it sort of bounced a little bit on Friday. Then you look at that gap from the earnings report at about 195. But again, bullish, you got to get it back above that other level. MasterCard and Visa. Again, this level around 339 for MasterCard would be hold up. If that gives way, maybe down there to 329-ish. Because remember, these, when I put these, when they're not breakout levels or anything like that, you got to get that general area. So Visa has been holding up here, 205, and then if it breaks, I'm trying to get it. This is a toughie. Probably near that gap right there on 196 in that area. And then Crocs, so what I looked at when I saw Crocs was this support level it's been holding. Now you got to also take into consideration Crocs was jumping on Friday when everything else was down. Didn't even gap down. Oh yeah, did it gap down? Yeah, it did gap down a little bit, but held that 91 area. If that doesn't hold, you could go to 82-ish, maybe even down here at 85, 86. Then I put U.S. Steel on the radar. What was I looking at on U.S. Steel? Okay, that level, if it gets back above this 26, 27 area, you could have something going. Again, you'd look for support if this is going to run down. You also notice that that was a little green on Friday. So 22, 23 could run down to. Yeah, I got 2205 tagged there. So again, a lot of these charts you can do the same thing. I just like to look for definitive levels. I'm going to pause here real quick and just let it. We got about 2.5 minutes for just see what the futures are jumping big. Well, actually, let me come back on and give you guys a screenshot if you're going to play around with that scalper trend just to see what we're doing. The settings on that. Well, won't you since I don't have this private yet, I'm still working on I know I can set these videos to private, but I just want to make sure I'm doing everything the right way. So I'm going to leave that and let you message me, and I can just send you a screenshot of what the scalper trend, the one I put together that's using these arrows and the candles, not that you usually see. They're still candlesticks, but the green doesn't mean necessarily an up day and the red doesn't necessarily mean a down day. So I'll send you a screenshot if you request it, just to make sure that I know I'm getting members in on this stuff and not anybody else who might be coming across these videos. So we got 60 seconds to futures. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and futures only playing around the 5-4, down 5 or 4 points. I did this because if you look at the SPY, that's three pretty big down days. That's 3 pretty big down days, but you also have to notice. Remember, I always talk about this 8 EMA. You always revert back to that mean. in some way, shape, or form. So we're pretty extended away from that mean on the SPY, so we could get a reversion. Let's see where it might be. So Thursday it sat at 396. Friday was 393, so 3 points. So that could be at 390 tomorrow or 90. So it's the SPY at 383. So you could get a little run up in the 389, 388, 390 area before we continue down, or it could continue down. That's why it's so hard to know what's going to happen. But you could expect that reversion at least some point to come. Um, Whether it's the ADMA eating the price level or the other way around. So watch out for that stuff too.